have a panel section of our night, and this is all going to be hosted by the legendary RadioWest, Doug Fabrizio. Give him a nice round of applause. Doug's got some great intros for everybody else, and I'll leave it up to you.
So, as you've seen in the film, a few years ago, Stacy Bare and Alex Honnold went to Angola to climb. Of course, there was a lot more involved in the trip than just getting to the top of a mountain or a rock. But climbing was the thing. It was the sport that got them to this distant place to meet these people who faced so many challenges with poverty and corruption and civil war. Now, at the time, Alex wrote about what it was like to be on a trip.
What was it?
To be on a trip with someone like Stacy. Someone with, as he put it, such a vastly different life experience. Alex, of course, is a climber. Stacy is a veteran of the war in Iraq. He had cleaned up landmines in all these dangerous places. And Alex wrote at the time that for Stacy, rock climbing is just a good way to reconnect with the natural world and find some peace. And then Alex wrote, and I hope he's right, that adventure can save the world. Which is an actual quote from Stacy. He believes adventure can save the world. As he has put it, Stacy, this kind of travel, he says, expands our minds. It shows us the world as it is beyond our homes, whether our homes are comfortable. So tonight, we're going to take a little time to talk about looking beyond our homes and using this new exhibition here at the Leonardo, From Mines to Vines, Planting Roots of Peace, as a backdrop for our conversation. So let me introduce the panel. Stacy Bare is with us. Stacy, aside from his service in the military, he worked in mine clearance with the Halo Trust in Angola and Kasia. He runs a consulting firm where he helps organizations connect people and communities to nature. He lives here in Utah. Stacy, welcome. Alex Honnold is with us. Maybe you've heard of him. He's a climber, of course, subject of the Academy Award-winning documentary Free Solo. Alex founded the Honnold Foundation in 2012. We'll talk a little bit about that tonight as well. Welcome, Alex Honnold. Chris Watley is also here with us. He's been with organizations in international development for something like 25 years, more than that. As I said, he's the newly appointed, just barely, executive director of the Halo Trust. Dory Trimble is also with us. She's the executive director of the Honnold Foundation, where she collaborates with nonprofits all around the world. She's worked as a service designer in a community organization for a number of years. Dory, welcome to you. Max Harrison is with us. He can join us to talk a little bit about, he's been wandering around here. You've sort of met him. There he is. He works with the exhibitions. He can talk a little bit about the exhibit here. Max, welcome. And then Ted Hesser is also with us. He's a photographer, adventurer, climber. I think lives in San Francisco these days.
Lives here now.
No, here now. Holy mackerel. Welcome, Ted. He accompanied them on their adventure to Angola in 2015. So.
But you have less fancy hair.
Oh yeah, you're the one that he kind of cut you off when you were looking for food. Yeah, now I recognize you. Stacy, I want to start with you. What does it take to dismantle a landmine?
You just, it's like this. Landmine clearance, like free soloing, is an incredibly boring job until it isn't. And then you're like, to quote Alex Honnold, whoa shit. It's really slow and laborious, but by design. It's not supposed to be an exciting job. But one of the great things about landmine clearance, one of the great things about the way that Halo Trust does it, is that I'd spent several years in the military and the intelligence community, and I thought I wanted to move away from a subjective workplace to a very objective workplace. And landmine clearance was about the most objective work I could do for good. You're removing landmines and letting the community decide. And for the most part, it is a really good thing. I was in my 20s, I thought it would be a great pickup line. Nobody ever believed me. You take landmines out of the ground. You're too big. But one of the interesting things, and I think Chris can probably talk about this, is that there are weirdly some subjective issues on how we take landmines out of the ground, when we take them out, where we take them out. And some of the weird things that happen in communities after landmines are gone. But for the most part, you just move dirt very, very slowly, and then when the landmine gets there, you do one of two things. You either actually let it drop into your hand carefully and move it away into a box, or you just raise your hand and somebody else comes up, and then at some pre-appointed coffee break during the day, you just set the explosions, and that's it. It's good outdoor, honest work.
You mentioned the connection with free soloing. Is it real? I can't tell if you're joking or not. Is there?
I think it's joking.
Yeah. But is there a rush? I mean, and I'm not sure it's the same kind of rush, but the rush of, and Alex, you kind of talk about this in the film, like it's the.
It's only the rush if something goes wrong. It's, ideally it should be slow, methodical, be careful, and then you get a rush because something went wrong. I assume it's the same with landmines.
Yeah. Right. My mom never put the photo, it's in the film, my first landmine. I thought she would put that on her fridge, and she never did. But no, I mean, it's one of those things that it was a great thing to do in life, right? Like it was a fantastic time, and met great people. One of the ways that Halo Trust does it, I worked for an Angolan. When I lived in Angola, I worked for an Angolan when I was there, so it was a very honest, engaging way to make a living and see the world and see parts of the world that you wouldn't otherwise do. And one of the cool things, when it is a rush, is how close you are to there are things that are really rough about landmine clearance, right? So we were in this place called Shenzhen, which we didn't make it to in the film. And people use these areas for years and years and years, and landmines are in Earth, and Earth is a dynamic place, and the landmines move around. And we were clearing in one field, and we told this lady, stop, don't keep going that way, there's landmines. And she said, I've been going this way forever, and moments later there's a large explosion, and then she's just gone. The entire donkey cart is gone, right? Because what the Angolans did is stack anti-tank mines, which you should be able to step on. We should all be able to, you should be able to step on a landmine and the pressure won't release it, right? Because it's specific for an anti-tank mine, for a tank. And what they did is they removed the fuses and put AP mines in them. And they would stack the anti-tank mines on top of each other, put an AP mine, and then put a dowel rod on top. And the dowel rod, what that would make sure is that when you press a landmine, how many of you have seen in the movies, you step on the landmine and they're like, quick, get the pressure on it. That's not how it works, right? You step on a landmine, it opens a little gate, and a little ball bearing connects a circuit. And as soon as that circuit's connected, that's when everything blows. So there's no replacing pressure, right? And so there were stacks of probably 5 anti-tank mines that went on onto this lady, and then she's gone. And how do you move forward with that, right? And how do you do that? And or people who fall on landmines. So there horrific things happen in a minefield, and I think the biggest rush I ever had was realizing when we had an Angola worker who explained to us that because his mine clearance tool continued to beep, he just removed the battery and continued moving forward. And so we realized we were standing in an active minefield with Matthew, actually. And there are those moments of rush, but the biggest moment of rush I ever got was when we played a soccer match on a piece of ground that we cleared to show that we were confident in our work and that people could move back. And that was pretty great to see communities move back in and continue to use the landscape as they would like to see it.
It's pretty full on with soccer on something you just cleared.
It's pretty full on, right?
Don't go out of bounds.
Right, yeah. It's like solid 5'9" plus type action.
two first connect? And what was the connection?
I honestly don't know this other. I mean, it's hard to miss Stacy. I think part of the expedition came together because I was sort of floating around ideas for the Honnold Foundation and places to work, and I heard Stacy float around with a venture on board, his idea to go to some of the places where he previously served. And then I'm responsible at the North Base, you were working with the North Base as well. It's like sometimes certain ideas all just kind of coalesce and just come together in a nice way. And then, as you saw in the film, it's shot by sports. They did a great thing about making something, and it's sort of like it all just works out. We're like, oh, perfect, we can all go together to this area that we're interested in, where there's climbing potential. Basically, we can use climbing as a vehicle to take us somewhere that we want to go anyway for other purposes. And, sometimes it all just works out together. I mean, for that matter, so Ted was already living in Africa, working in Africa, so and so he sort of connected us with that kind of project. It's like basically all the pieces just came together.
Do you think, is there something about, I want to get back to the adventure and change the world, heal the world idea that you talked about. What is it about climbing, and maybe it's not any different than any other sport where you go and travel and you do something that's adventurous, where you meet different people and you go do challenging things, but what is it about climbing that makes you think or connect to social issues or the people on the ground? I mean, it seems like it's something that could be a really just entirely selfish pursuit. But what is it about you that makes you finally?
Well, I think anybody here could dive into it, but I think that climbing it's humbling in a certain way. I mean, the way that other sports aren't necessarily. I mean, climbing really puts you in your place in the world. It's like you're a tiny little insignificant speck in this vast landscape. And I think maybe more than a lot of other pursuits, climbing reminds you that you're a tiny part of this natural world. And and I think that's meaningful. I mean, it makes you want to connect with nature more, makes you want to help the community more. I don't know. I mean, that's just my thought.
Yeah, I mean, climbing with Alex and Ted is my personal psychologist for most of that trip. Probably wrote down in his diary, like, dear diary, Stacy continues to win. Not a trained psychiatrist. And actually, I mean, it was a great trip. I mean, I'm not a very good climber. And I was really struggling, here you are, Alex is a great climber and actually a much better person than he is a climber, which I think is ultimately a saving grace because he recognizes that climbing isn't the only thing to do in life or the only reason to be alive. And at different points, I think we all feel that way about our sports, but we haven't actually really hung out since the trip. Like right after the trip, my daughter was born, I haven't climbed a lot since then, my career's changed, shifted. Alex knows famous people now.
He wears tuxedos.
He wears tuxedos. But it's been really great, and that trip was so foundational for a lot of the things. And I remember I was really struggling one day on a roadside attraction, actually, and I was really frustrated, and I was in my own head. My wife was pregnant, so I hadn't trained. She had a really rough pregnancy, so I hadn't trained as much leading up to Angola. And I remember really frustrated, and we were doing that. And Alex was like, dude, I know you're not that great of a climber. That's not why you're here. We're here to have fun. Like, we're here to explore something together. And he was like, and I was complaining about something about being a big guy. He's like, at one point I remember Alex just looked at me and like, dude, if you ruin this for me, you're here to have fun, and you're a fun guy, and that is why I came with you. Like, start having fun. And I was like, well, and you're like, just you learn to use your body for its advantage, and you taught me how to French free. And, which is what I love, and it really screws with the post 9/11 crowd because it's French free, right? Free, you can't do that, right? So, but it was just such a great trip in terms of.
But wait, we want to go back to that story. You've written about that moment where because he told you, dude, relax,
right.
Don't ruin this, and you were somehow able to, this is how you put it, shake your anger.
Totally.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I was able to realize, how fortunate am I, right? Like, here I am frustrated that I'm not climbing at the same level as a professional climber. And we're on a trip together that I organized, and he came on it, and it's kind of like, shake your anger, realize, where you're at, and what benefit you're in, and how much joy that you should be having here. And that's been it's nice to say this to you publicly, man. It's been really nice to just shake the anger and be like, dude, Alex doesn't have to care. If you're a climber now, he's here to have a good time. He can because I do like to laugh and have fun and try and see what we can do to make a difference in the world, whatever that is. Tiny changes, and that's really what that trip has been about. And for me, it's really kind of set me on a path of like, all right, how do you make those tiny changes? How do you have fun? How do you recognize the excitement and the goals and the good things that you have and continue to use those to push forward? And we shot this film in 2015, and now here we are debuting it in 2019.
Yeah.
Life's insane. So just have fun with it.
What do the rest of you climbers? How do you think about what climbing does for the way you perceive the natural world or the social conditions of the world you see?
The community is liberal and really oriented around the environment. And, you face risk and fear and danger. It's kind of what Alex said. It just really humbles you and grounds you to maybe some truths about being human and how way we could all go away. So just gives you maybe a slightly different outlook.
Yeah, I think too, it's like climbing is play on some level, right? Like a lot of it is work, but a lot of it is play. And being able to spend so much time just like playing outside in places that you really care about, like it is an immense privilege. And so, I run the Honnold Foundation now, but I came to that through climbing, even though the work we do has nothing to do with climbing. Like I think that people who are part of the climbing community tend to identify what they're the most passionate about and figure out how to make it happen. Because climbing is so fun that I think it raises the threshold for your expectations on what you should be getting out of your life on some level. At least that's been true for me.
And I'm the non-climber. I'm going to be staying at that same hotel from the film in about 2 weeks. I'm going through the front door.
That is so sad. We used to have the coolest house in Angola.
No, it's still there. It's still there.
And you're going to stay in the hotel.
Just because the prince
executive director is staying in Prince Harry. Oh, wow. The Prince Harry. They never let me meet important people. I get to meet you now at your work, but when I was at the Hill of Trust, they'd be like, oh, there's an email that you can ask Watley about. I'm sure they'd read it.
I want to ask a little bit, Chris Watley, I want to ask a little bit more about landmines. Why is it? It seems, when you look at the numbers, you go through the exhibition, you see any of the numbers, 110 million still in the ground. I was thinking also about what it costs what it costs to place one between $3 and $10 and about $1,000 to get it out of the ground, give or take, right? So those numbers just seem impossible. So how do you talk about those numbers? It seems inconceivable that you're going to be able to make any dent at all.
Great question, and I think Stacy lays it out wonderfully. And that mine action is a finite, scalable, objectively achievable goal. It's a bit like, I'm coming from UN world before this. Stacy's still hanging out with me despite that. This is a big UN day for Salt Lake City. And in my world before this, the only thing that I could compare to mine action is the fight against polio. You vaccinate a child against polio, they stay vaccinated. The Rotary started its fight against polio in 1985. We're getting close to the finish line. But it takes a long time to solve big crises. The moment for mine action, it really begins in 1997 in the great exhibit that you're going to see for Roots for Peace with Diana. If you got gray hair like me, that is an image frozen in your mind. The most famous woman in the world, the most dangerous geography of the world, all in one place. It leads to this, flood of political support for the landmine ban convention. It leads to a flood of support for the kind of work that Stacy did and that teams are still doing. We're still pulling those mines out of the ground 22 years later. But there's a finish line. I wear this Landmine Free 2025 shirt because it's part of our global campaign to try to get there, to get as many countries across the finish line. 2025 was the deadline set by the Landmine Ban Convention. Angola can get there. It can get there in part because we have new voices who are championing the cause. This film is doing that. I mean, I have great gratitude to Stacy and Alex for putting out a story. I mean, how many folks think of Angola the same way that you might think of Kenya or Botswana as a destination? I don't. You know, I spent most of my career in sub-Saharan Africa. I didn't think of it that way. The film causes you to think of it that way. And when Stacy talks about the subjective choice, what does the country do once that land is cleared? Angola has made a fantastic subjective choice. They've decided to invest $60 million of their own money as a government. They recently had a political change, and a new government can come in that is very committed to the things that the foundation does, sustainable investing. And they're making a commitment to demine in the areas that this film showcases, places like the Okavango headwaters, which are in Angola. You think of Botswana and those beautiful elements and that fantastic conservation zone. But the headwaters are actually in Angola. They're surrounded by landmines. The only people who go in there are poachers. And they're willing to burn acres and acres to get to a de minimis set of game. Angola's investing in creating a sustainable economy by mining. Not just my organization, but dozens of different organizations. But there's this objective thing that can happen. You pull the mine out of the ground, it's gone. It's like vaccinating that child. But yeah, there's a subjective choice. Different countries, different places make choices. Angola's making a good choice in sustainable tourism. And films like this are highlighting it.
Well, and to carry on to that, so Dennis Sizemore is a friend of mine and a partner with Brown River Conservation Studies is in the room tonight with a couple people. And one of the projects Dennis and I are working on now is resolving or figuring out how do we resolve wildlife-animal conflict in Botswana. And so when you think about elephants in Botswana, there's a huge refugee population of elephants because they can't go back to Angola and they can't go back to Zimbabwe. So when you remove those landmines out of the ground in Angola, you're actually making a life better not just for Angola, but for also Botswana, Zimbabwe, and the larger environmental ecosystem in this area, right? And so, and that minimizes conflict and helps us to preserve the Okavango, which should be one of the big conservation wins that we can get to in the next year or two. So that one landmine, as it's removed, I mean, it's incredible. And but like I was saying subjectively, right? Like take all the way to look at the Falkland Islands, and there's a healthy penguin rookery sitting on top of the landmines, and maybe we won't remove those because that's also supporting the environmental system, and there's not a lot, so there are these things where, I always think whenever I think about that landmine number, I'm like, let's subtract one from that penguin rookery, let's keep that healthy. But so there are challenges, but removing that one landmine has a massive impact over time.
Alex, I want to ask you about something you had said. You talked about one of the challenges you look for is trying to find areas where you can affect actual change. One of the things you talked about. So how do you think about what you're hearing about landmines? And solar is one of those things that you've identified as being sort of a practical, objective thing that you can talk a little bit about how you were thinking about the Honnold Foundation and what you wanted to support, what you wanted to pursue.
Well, so especially in 2015, the Honnold Foundation was basically just me giving away about a third of my income. I was living in a car, traveling full time. Things have changed a little bit with the release of Rizola and meeting terms. But changed post-film.
We get it, you're famous.
It was basically just give away a third of my income, which wasn't really that much. And so I really did kind of have to focus on projects where I felt like they got the greatest impact. And so I really leaned on people like Ted to kind of help me understand where we could have an impact. And so that was part of what brought us to Angola, was that Angola is a relatively electrified country for sub-Saharan Africa, but it was like 60% of women there or something.
Yeah.
So something like 60% of people are living without access to power, which sounds crazy, but by African standards, that's relatively high, and it's quite hard to go to Angola. We haven't really touched on that, but it's really hard to get a visa, it's really hard to travel. It's hard to visit Angola, so it's hard for companies to do business there. Yeah, we're all like, well, it's extremely difficult to get there. So nobody was really looking to do business there because it wasn't really a tremendous business opportunity for off-grid solar. And so we felt like it was an opportunity to sort of spearhead this effort, basically do a demonstration project. And so we felt like the foundation could possibly show the value of off-grid solar and then see if it would flourish from there. And interestingly, it actually kind of has. Yeah, we'll see, because we went in there with 100 systems, hoping that would kind of seed something. And in the film, they showed the guy Lionel, the guy that owns the resort, Oh, it didn't really show. He was pretending, like when we got there, we thought he maybe was a warlord of some kind.
He may have sort of kidnapped us a little bit, politely.
Yeah, we just thought that we were going to go to all these different places, and we wound up at his resort with local media just promoting his resort. And we're like,
For a couple extra days. Because the guards wouldn't go where we wanted them to.
But the thing is, he was extremely well connected with the government in a way that which contributed to the whole warlord vibe, where we're like, there are military helicopters coming, we're like, we don't quite know what his deal is. But ultimately, in a country like Angola, it made more sense to sort of go top down in this project. Like he took the whole off-grid solar project in the Ministry of Energy. They sort of got involved with it. It was, this is going to be a demonstration project. We'll see. And then just this year, the partner we were working with in Angola said that the Ministry of Energy has now deployed 1,000 systems, which is 10 times more than we brought in, and they're looking at potentially scaling to 50,000, depending on how it plays out. And so that's exactly the type of thing that, me donating my money can have a pretty small impact, bringing 100 systems into a place, but if that scales up to 50,000 in a place that otherwise wouldn't have tried it at all, that's a great success. So,
and to put a
great success.
I was speaking with a number of startup founders who do these kind of off-grid solar systems in other African countries, and none of them would go in Angola. It just wasn't the right kind of market for entrepreneurs. And so what Alex is describing, working with this guy right now and working with the government, it was just a better model for Angola.
Why? What was the difference?
Well, Angola is a difficult place to do business, I think.
But how was your approach different then? Because you didn't focus on the entrepreneurial part?
No, so we went in thinking that we were going to see this entrepreneurial project, and then once we got there, we kind of realized it just wasn't happening, like that wasn't really the way. And
so like in Kenya or Uganda or Rwanda, you have entrepreneurs from San Francisco or Amsterdam or coming in and setting up, scaling an operation with Western technology and money from the West, building startup businesses.
Yeah.
That model wasn't really going to work.
So you had to adapt.
Right. Well, in adapting in this case, kind of meant just letting Lionel run his course. He kind of like, this is a great idea, and he technically had this other green power company, which maybe owned a bunch of coal power plants, and sort of, he was like, oh. And so we wound up going and doing, as you see in the film, that demonstration project where we installed some systems. That was on the village just outside of the resort. It was all sort of weird, but we're like, well, at least this family has light now, at least, like, in this small village, there's a meaningful impact. And then, as it turns out, a couple years later, sort of letting African time roll on, now it is actually at the Ministry of Energy and things are potentially happening.
Well, and I think that that's a really good example of the kind of work that the Honnold Foundation can do that maybe like a traditional for-profit enterprise couldn't. So when I joined the Honnold, I'm not the bald guy who's the executive director of the film. I'm a different executive director. So when I joined the team, we were like doing this little retrospective and talking about all the projects we had funded, and there was a lot of conversation between Alex and Ted and other people associated with the foundation about whether or not Angola was a success. Because 2 years ago, we still didn't really know. Like, they'd done this work, stuff had happened, but it wasn't really clear if that was going to scale, if it was going to change anything in Angola. And this year, we got an email from some folks who they had worked with in Angola, and it has changed things. Like, they're seeing a massive scale, a massive increase in scale of the kind of solar work that's happening in the country. And I think that that's a place where the Honnold Foundation can do really interesting work.
It's like a free solo inversion plan.
It's like super high risk. I would say just to add to that, development depends on political will. Good things happen, you have political will behind it.
And an ability to adapt, do you think as well?
Yes, yeah. Well, I think that the foundation has adapted in an entrepreneurial way. They found a champion. For us, we had to do the same thing. It's the environment minister who's our champion. You don't normally think of mine action as something that's being driven by the EPA in the country. You think of it more as a DOD thing. But you have had this sea change in political will in Angola. I think it's a great opportunity. You asked the question earlier, what does it take to get to zero in Angola? We know what it takes. It takes about $30 million a year for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Angola's putting a $60 million down payment on that, out of their own revenue. Money that could have gone towards other things. And Prince Harry's coming because he's asking the world to step up as well, in the way that his mother asked the world to step up. But there is a way to get to zero. And when you have political will at a country level, you can achieve things like simply sustainable silver, and you can tackle problems like landmines that once you tackle them, they're gone.
Like, how important is that? Like, the Prince, Alex Honnold, people of high profile who can to use their celebrity, to talk about politics.
That's the endorsement. That's where the ball gets rolling, where you get this conversation on the global playing field.
Well, I would just say that celebrity looks different now. I mean, if you're someone of my generation, I mean, the TV was like a campfire. Everybody's doing the same thing. It's not true now. So the moment that she had in 1997, you can't recreate it. It is amazing that Prince Harry's going to be there, launching this initiative to protect the headwaters of the Okavango. Is it going to pop the same way that his mother's moment did? No, because we look for different voices and we look for different messages now, and we seek them from places that matter to us and have meaning to us. So you got to have things like Alex and Stacy making the case of their personal journey, their personal friendship, connecting to this country that was a big part of Stacy's past, connecting to the opportunities to experience it the way that a climber would experience opportunities in Spain. You got to tell those different kind of stories. So for us as Halo, it's not going to be slam dunking after the Prince leaves Angola and goes off. It's going to be finding different ways to tell the story of this urgency so that we can get to 2025 and we can move on as a community that has other humanitarian causes to deal with other things as well.
So when you talk about the subject, a big part of the reason that I started the foundation was specifically because I wanted a reason to, realistically, my life doesn't get any better the higher profile I get. Having people stare at me at the urinal and mentoring all the time.
Who was it here?
I mean, it's not that sweet. And so,
It's just like on a jet ski.
And so, my point is maybe that my quality of life doesn't improve the more high profile I am. But that said, I have all these crazy opportunities. I can make films, I can do these interesting projects, and the foundation is a great way for me to channel that all back to something that's actually useful for the world. And it makes it all feel a lot better. It's sort of like, well, I might have people staring at me at the urinal, which isn't that great, but I'll tell you what, yeah, exactly. But it actually does something useful for the world. And I'm like, that's fair.
Don't stare at Alex.
It's fun in your life to be like a New York Jets game.
What does that mean?
Sitting trough.
When you take a
Flushing
leak
nose.
at a sports event.
I also don't know anything about the Jets, but
Yeah.
I do think that your framing has had a radical impact on the Honnold Foundation. And something that we talk about a lot, the line used to be we're not the Gates Foundation, but we do what we can. And then But I think that the story that we tell ourselves about being really scrappy and not having access to those same opportunities that really high profile charitable foundations have, it's not quite as true now as it was a couple years ago. The opportunities that we have and that Alex has, a foundation by proxy, I think it really is a cool way to leverage, because fame has no real value independently, right? It just makes Alex's life miserable in airports. But when you think about the way that those connections can feed our work and then really serve community organizations all over the world who are actually making impacts on people's lives, I think that's something really powerful.
To put numbers on it, at the time I was working for a different off-grid solar company focused on Tanzania. The amount of money that we needed at that company to go into a new country to do what we did was 1 to 2 million. And every company was kind of about that number, going to a new country. So the company that we worked with, Bebox, how much do you think we did that?
I think 50 grand.
50 grand?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was matched by North Face or something.
Yeah.
Some kind of,
Yeah.
Instead of
definitely was a lot less.
$2 on this payment, it's kind of the difference.
But I think it goes
not a
back.
problem with it.
Yeah, I think it goes back to why landmine clearance is effective, why this is effective. It's making those tiny changes. We think so often that we've got to make these huge, massive shifts, and I think that's a really problematic framework to think about. Yes, we can get to landmine-free 2025. That's a huge thing to do. But how do you do that? You do that with tiny changes. How do you change solar in Angola. You seed it, you let it happen, you let it grow. And I think we're so used to wanting, I'm going to put this effort in and immediately this output's going to come out. And the reality of the world isn't that way. The reality of social media might be that way, some of those things, but it's like, you gotta put the time in, and that time to do that stuff just requires tiny changes, one landmine at a time, one solar installation at a time. And so I think, if there's anything you take home from this, it's that, like, well, what's the change I want to do in the world? And what's the tiny little thing that I can do today or tomorrow that begins to impact that change? And over time, I can continue to make that tiny little change. And how many of you are climbers in the room and you get off the route just a tiny bit, and then all of a sudden, everything looks really different, right? From the route you look and everything else like that. Because it's tiny changes that got you there. It might be a big leap here once in a while that you ready up for those big leaps, right? That big dynamo move on the climb or anything, but it's going to be those tiny steps, those tiny changes along the way. And that's why I think both what Alex is doing and Dory through the Honnold Foundation, through what landmine clearance is happening, and even what Leonardo is doing, it's like, you know what? We're going to start with things that what can we do to make a difference? What is that little thing? And in the grand scheme of things, and I love Leonardo, and I think you do so much for our community, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just a museum exhibit. But it's also a museum exhibit that's making a significant shift forward, and it's that tiny change. Whoever would have thought that Leonardo would have a mine clearance? I mean, it's awesome. So it's just those tiny changes. And y'all can do that for whatever it is that you're interested in or care about.
It's really, so that's exactly the mindset that I was thinking about in Angola with us bringing 100 solar systems into the country. So when you think 60% of the country doesn't have access to electricity, and then the systems we bring in are relatively small. It's a modest 40-watt panel, a couple light bulbs. It's just like to light up a home. It's sort of like 100 homes is nothing in the grand scheme of the country in the dark. But then all it takes is seeing one home turn on the lights at night, and you're like, well, their light is a lot better. It's like when you look at it individually, you're sort of like, well, that's kind of awesome. And I feel like with landmine clearance, it's kind of the same deal. One community at a time, you're like, well, at least this one farmer has a field that's clear now. And that's permanently better for their life. And it's super satisfying when you look at it tiny piece by piece like that. It's just that when you look at the overall picture, you're like, oh, it's pretty clear.
Somebody's selling pepper, and whoever the pepper salesman kid is might have the cure cancer. And you don't know. You might as well figure it out. Or you have that light bulb that goes on in Angola, and now you have, the next Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
Why one of the reasons that I've always been so into solar power is that you look at it with kids in education, it's sort of like, oh, something after dark, especially in equatorial parts of the world, and you realize it's dark 12 hours a day. So people can only be productive for 12 hours each day, and then the lights go out, and the whole community is just black. So you can just hang out, chit-chat, and then go to sleep. But if you're able to read after dark, if you're able to do useful things, and you're able to keep, bustling, just living your life, and that makes a huge difference in the quality of life. And I don't know, I personally just love seeing little kids saying like this could kid could actually get an education, and exactly like, who knows what they might want to do.
It's funny to compare the landmine work and the solar energy work, because the landmine work is we're trying to make sure that nobody explodes while they're walking to school. It's a very basic, primary need, survival oriented, and it's mandatory. It's mandatory that you not get blown up on the way to school. When you think about energy access, this is kind of like a second order thing. I think people don't talk about it as much because a lot of people have roofs over their heads and food to eat, and things are mostly okay, but they don't have consistent and reliable energy, and people forget about it because it's so basic. But I think that taking a moment to think about sort of the ways in which access to light and power affect your life, it really does have a measurable impact on your ability to get things done and envision a future that's more sophisticated or different from the one that you're in now. And so I think it's funny, these are two sort of separate topics, but I think they are really closely linked. Because it's if both of these things are addressed, it opens up so many more opportunities for people. And it gives people access to the same things that we all assume on a daily basis. I drove here and I was pretty sure I wasn't going to blow up on the way. And I was pretty sure that the lights were going to be on. And I think that when those things disappear, it's a lot harder to make decisions about your life.
I would just say those connections are really appropriate for this moment. And there's 6,000 people in Salt Lake City today for a UN conference dealing with sustainable development. It's dealing with goals to advance sustainability worldwide, but it all kind of comes down. And these are civil society organizations. So they're NGOs like HALO, like the Foundation, from around the world, all in this town, grappling with this question of what do you do as a nonprofit? What do you do as an individual? And you realize that you got to find your passion and you got to invest in it, and then you got to see its connections to other things. That dealing with energy poverty, deals with the poverty of that family, it deals with climate change, it deals with all these other elements because you've made that investment as a foundation, you've made that investment as an individual. Landmine action is the same thing. It's this specific finite thing, but then that family makes their choice afterwards. It has this impact on agriculture, education, other things that happens after that. So you got to figure out where your passion leads you. In this town right now, there's 6,000 people from around the world. We're trying to figure that out right now. So it is an appropriate discussion to have.
Does anyone have any questions? We have a few more minutes, and Alex was hoping to hear from a few of you.
For Alex and Stacy, you guys all talked about the foundations and whatnot being able to get in the door and do these good things. Obviously, they're all over and it's great. But the climbing itself, if you guys being in there climbing in Angola, if you noted that people actually let you into their homes or into their villages, these are the crazy guys we saw climbing. And you see that opens, lets you in more to affect their personal life.
To some extent, climbing opens some doors to the community. You saw in the film the whole village would come out and watch us in all these different places. And it certainly allows you connection with the local folks. It certainly gives you a way to chat with those. It's not shown in the film on one of the climbs. All the kind of young guys that try to climb a little bit. Those guys were doing a whole dance party for a while. We had a little bit of box going, and we're all hanging out and dancing. You can't really chat, but everyone's having a nice time and sort of connecting on a personal level. But certainly climbing does allow some way to come together and connect. But
yeah, so like Doug, you said earlier, why do I think adventure can change the world? And Angola is a little bit different. I speak a little bit of Portuguese, but since Angola, I've skied in Iraq and skied in Afghanistan. The Iraq film's out, the Afghan film will be coming out this fall with post-production. Anyway, post-production's a bear!
Every Angola is named Bear something. It's all That's a pretty big deal in Angola.
But
there's the bear hugger, right? The bear wrestling.
It's huge Angola.
Stacy Bare.
But yeah, without a doubt, right? Because one of the things that I think is so powerful in Angola, right, in some of these places in Afghanistan and Iraq, is in Angola, they're like, why are you here? Don't you have rocks where you're from? And we were able to say, well, yeah, we can, but we can't because your country is beautiful. And we wanted to experience that, and we wanted to meet you. And in a lot of these countries, there's a self-esteem issue at an individual level and a national level. And people want to be winners, and they want to be good, and they want to be about something other than what the world knows them about. And Angola, if anybody knows Angola, when I told people I was moving to Angola, they thought I was going to work at a federal penitentiary in Louisiana. And which a number of my college classmates did. Or they thought I was going there, right? Which you heard some reference to that earlier. But and that's the thing, is that by going and by engaging and speaking, there's an opportunity for people to feel proud about the place that they're at. And I think that's one of the critical things that we were able to do. And, like Alex Honnold, they had, like Mike said, they didn't know who he was, but they knew he was famous, and they were excited that he was coming to visit. And when I've been in Iraq and Afghanistan, I'm not famous. And people are excited that you're there, and they begin to look at their country a little bit differently, and they want to do those things. And there's been multiple expeditions from South Africa into Angola. But Angola is a super difficult place. But I would love to go back to Angola to surf and sport fish. There's incredible sport fishing. There's incredible surfing. Amazing mountain biking opportunities in Euro-style mountain biking if you wanted to go. So there's all these things that are there, and that opens it up, and that opens the conversation. And that's what, for me, that's what this is about. It's hoping to rewrite that narrative for my own life. And if we make films that I think my buddies will enjoy, and hopefully it reverberates beyond that. And that the people that we show those films will be proud to see. We want people in Angola to be proud of the film we make.
Alex, this is not curiosity of mine. Do you ever feel a pressure or a deadline in these documentaries, especially in the free solo that we saw? You have a deadline and that thing, or you just do it on your own?
No, mostly I just do things on my own terms and my own things. Climbing is a relatively tranquil sport. You just kind of go out and do what inspires you. Certainly there's never any pressure to go for soloing because all your friends think about it. Yeah. absolutely no pressure to do anything like that. But sometimes you're just compelled to push yourself in a direction that you think that you can. But no, I never feel any pressure with that kind of stuff.
The question is the order. How far are you from cleaning the area? How long is it going to take?
If the international community steps up to match Angola's country commitment, we can get there by 2025.
And will they?
We'll see.
And under the current political conditions.
Well, I would say that U.S. funding for Angola dropped substantially for a while. It has picked up a little bit. So I think that the attention that Prince Harry and others have brought to the cause have helped a bit. So landmine clearance is a bipartisan issue. You will find plenty of champions on the right side of the aisle, plenty of champions on the left side of the aisle. It's another reason why I love it as a cause. But it's going to take continued pressure. It's going to take more than a member of the British royal family coming over and retracing a route that his mother took. And that's why we need to get more people out there telling their stories, the way that Alex and Stacy told their story. And that's why we need to have audiences like this, who experience this because it connects to something else that you're interested in, and you came in the door.
So go check out the exhibit, go check out the Honnold Foundation and what they're doing, and get involved. Thanks very much for joining us. Thank you.